Alright, we want to find the volume of this parabola bounded by the x-axis. So it's a parabola that's going downwards, and if you factor it, okay, let me first factor out the minus 1. You get x squared minus 6x plus 8. Okay, and if you factor further, you get x minus 4 and x minus 2. So intersects at 2 and at 4. So it's a parabola that's going downwards like that. Okay, so it's this part that we're concerned with, and that rotated about the x-axis. So you can imagine we're going to get some kind of a shape, a volume that kind of looks like a sphere, but not really, right? Okay, so the way we're going to do that is through disks. Okay, let me draw a typical disk like that, right? We need to be concerned about this radius here. Okay, it's got, of course, a little thickness. Okay, so that thickness, right, that thickness is dx. Okay, so the volume will be from integration from 2 to 4 pi, the radius, squared times by dx. Okay, of course the radius is just the y value on the function, so it's this. But we have a trinomial here. Okay, we have a trinomial. Okay, or the factor versions. We're gonna have to square this y value. Okay, so depending on what you square, so squaring this is not going to be pretty. Squaring this is maybe better. Okay. Let's complete the square. That's another form that is very popular with the quadratic. Let's complete the square. So let's factor out negative. Let me do it in red. Okay, and we get minus, you get x squared minus 6x plus 9. And you're going to have to add a 9 outside. Add a 9. 9 minus 8 gives you 1. Right, 1. So we get in the vertex form, right? We call it the vertex form, x minus 3 squared plus 1. So this, to me, looks the nicest to square. So I'm going to put that in there. Okay, so I'm going to integrate from 2 to 4 pi. I'm going to square this. So I get to square that, turns into just x minus 3 to the power of 4. Right? Multiply these two, so you get a minus and double, so 2, right? 2x minus 3 squared. And square the 1, you get 1. Okay, so let's leave the pi outside, 2 to 4. Okay. And so we have a x minus 3 to the power of 4. Okay, let me separate that dx. Minus, so this pi I'm going to have to carry over, so I'm going to do a distribution here. So we're going to get a 2 pi integration from 2 to 4 and x minus 3 squared. Okay, and lastly, a pi integration from 2 to 4 dx. Okay, so pi, the antiderivative of that is going to be x minus 3 to the power of 5 times by 1 over 5. So we get that. We're going to plug in 2 and 4 in there. Okay, 2 pi over 3 x minus 3 to the power of 3. Got to plug in 2 and 4 in there. Okay, pi, and here just x, I'm going to plug in 2 and 4 in there. Alright, so pi over 5, let's plug in 4, that's 1 to the power of 5, plug in 2, okay, you're going to get a minus 1 to the power of 5, so you're going to get a minus 1. 2 pi over 3, okay, and we plug in 4, again, you get 1 to the power of 1 to the power of 3, so which is 1. Plug in 2, you get negative, so you get another negative 1 here. Okay. So pi, and then you plug in, so you get 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2. Okay. So that turns out to be 2, so you get 2 pi over 5. Another 2, so you get 4 pi over 3 plus 2 pi. So let's combine this all. The common base will be 15. So times that by 3, 6 pi, times that by 5, you get minus 20 pi, and times that by 15, you get 30 pi. Okay, so you get, subtract these two, you get 10 pi, 16 pi over 15.